Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us on this special morning. I want to recognize a couple of friends who we have here with us today. Just walking in, Representative Shelby Maldonado, thank you for joining us. Senator Harold Metz, thank you so much for your moral courage and leadership. And from the city of Providence, our three council folks, Nerval Lafortune, Councilman Jordan, and Councilman Zuria. Please a round of applause. And of course, thank you, Jose Batista. Thank you for everything that you continue to do in your city and the service you render. So, as Jose just mentioned, my parents came to this country 40 years ago. They came and they worked in the factories. My mother, who is my hero, would get home every morning at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the next morning, my mom would run a daycare center in our second floor apartment. On weekends, we'd go around the neighborhood and we'd pick up empty bottles and empty cans, and we would take them to recycling centers. Sometimes we'd go to the flea market, we'd buy curtains and blankets, then drive around the neighborhood selling them. My parents brought that immigrant spirit that regardless what challenge, they were going to find a way to overcome it. Yet and still, at the end of every single month, my parents would still struggle to pay the bills and to make it. And right now in our country and right now in our city and state, more and more families are experiencing this. In fact, we've almost invented this term called the working poor, that in my opinion is anti-American. It is antithetical to what we stand for. Because what America promises is that if you work hard and play by the rules, little by little you can work your way up to the middle class. But more and more people are working harder and harder, and sometimes going backwards and backwards. And so what we stand for as an entire city is that as we see the progress of our collective city, we want to make sure that everyone is benefiting and is a part of that. And so that is a core principle that we have in everything that we do in the city. And as I think out about the lieutenant governor's race, there's one person that stands out that is going to fight to make sure that every single family in our state has a chance to also live out that American dream and be a part of the progress that we see here in our community. And that is Aaron Regunberg. Now, from the moment I've met Aaron, he has been a man of principle, he has been a man of courage, and he has fought for those who are most vulnerable and less fortunate among us. In fact, one thing that I will be forever grateful to Representative Regunberg is that when I launched my campaign back in 2013, and I was this nobody that had zero name recognition, no one gave me a chance, one of the first people to volunteer and help me out on my campaign was Aaron Regunberg. So just as he believed in me, I also believe in him. I've had the pleasure of the past year and change, several years, to see him become a leader and a champion at the State House. Again, fighting for these principles that brought us together to begin with. And as the next 6-7 months continue, I look forward to working along his side with the entire team to make sure that our next Lieutenant Governor is Representative Aaron Regunberg. Please join me.